Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Classroom of the Elite Season 4 episode number 13 and 14 reaction. Right, the previous episode, we had Nanase who we actually got to know properly about what is going on with her and her whole backstory and why she has this grudge against Ayanokoji. Technically not a grudge against Ayanokoji, but she saw Ayanokoji as a means to go to her end goal, which was Ayanokoji's father. Either way, and we had a whole battle. In the end, Ayanokoji kind of defeated her and told her to cooperate with him because his goal is also to you know like to go against his father. Either way, we also get to see Anakoji thinking as if the only difference between me and my father is my father doesn't take in useless people. However, I take in useless people, and whatever use may come out of them, I take it, and if they're of no use, I just abandon them. Something like that he kind of said. And then there's also the whole thing with Kushida and Ichika. We get to see Ichika being someone who's obsessed with Anakoji, while Kushida getting completely owned. Kushida's fuming. And a lot of other stuff. So let's see what happens in today's episode. Let's get started. Episode number 13 first, and then 14, and then I'll talk about both the episodes. So yeah, episode number 13. Let's begin. Now I'll be putting the timer over here. Sync the timer to the original video and watch it alongside my reaction. Yeah, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, here we go. Hmm. Yeah, and she wouldn't reveal herself like this. Oh, all right. Hmm. Obscured by the rain. Well, yeah. So why are you here? Yeah, the grouping that they made. Oh, okay. Never mind. She's talking about something else. Oh yeah, that okay, that incident. Damn, he was challenging her. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. Uh. Yeah. Wait. Is she? I don't know, man. Yeah. I was just gonna say that she. Hmm. Nah, she never said that she's from. Wait, so she is the student? Okay. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. That's interesting. Yeah. So okay, she's she's the. Oh, let's get closer to it. Comes scrambled. Yeah. Wait, what? So someone came here before. Amasawa came in, so they ran away, and she took up the stick and then approached us. Yeah, like I said. They probably ran away, throwing the stick away. Hmm. 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 So when she searches. Hmm. Number of. Ah. Interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Good point. Having used the act on the world. Damn. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Day 8. All right. Oh. Orkita. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if she becomes one of the group members, then it'll be a. Oh damn, day 9 already. Just stay below the 10th bed. That is a good point. Yeah. Oh, whose tent is that? Uh, wait, who? Oh, it's Ibuki. Damn, she's not slept. I feel like I just Ibex. She's also going solo, right? Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's okay. What the hell is she doing? Yeah, like I said, she has not slept. Yeah. Oh, she hasn't gotten. Wait, is she? Yeah. Over a day, damn. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you wouldn't have been struggling if you already were completing challenges. Hmm. Yeah, you want to continue. Yeah. He pressed the right buttons again. Half of the food you have left. Of course. Oh, well, obviously. Damn. Right. So it wasn't like sleep deprivation. She was just no. The eye bags were for because she was exhausted, lack of water. Oh, this girl. What was her name? Something Ryu, Kiryuin or something. I'm not really sure. Yeah, Kiryuin. That's her name. You should probably say something like, "Oh, if I'm higher up, then there'll be better opponents coming." Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Damn. Hmm. Right. What is this music? It's suddenly this. Uh, hmm. Right. Who's this? Okay, I can't recognize this girl. Who's this? Is she Shirana? Yeah, I guess. Is she from our class? I cannot recognize her. Oh, she's from Ichinose's class. Okay. That's why I couldn't recognize her. Ah! Right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so Ichika is supposed to be the white room student. Hmm. Okay. Well, so I guess I was wrong. I was pretty much convinced it was Yagami. But there's definitely something like going on with Yagami. That I'm pretty sure. Like even if he's not a white room student, because I feel like at this point, like Ichika literally said that she's the student. Also, even if she was lying, I feel like she wouldn't have information about the fifth class, as she said that how the fifth class is like doing more on like the, like the communication department, which Aino Koji's class didn't have for the White Room. So how the hell would she get that information then? Even if she was lying. So I think she is okay. Anyways, I'll talk about it later. Let me watch episode 14 first. So let's get started. Episode number 14. I'll put the timer here, sync the timer to the original video, and watch alongside my reaction. Right. Let's begin. Here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Travis is struggling. Wow. That's crazy. Really? You? I don't know about Nagumo, but who the hell are you? I guess we'll see if he is really, you know, if he can live up to his, declaration. I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, there we go. Extraordinary prodigy. Koji probably knows that you guys are keeping an eye on him. I don't know, man. This guy. He's shirtless. Yeah, alright. But he probably has someone. Yeah, that's what you think? Okay, we'll see. He probably already finished. Yeah, that's. Man. Right. These guys are underestimating him too much. Hey yo. What? Well, because yeah, someone who yeah. Yeah, it depends. A lot of people doesn't take that much sleep to mm, keep him out of challenges. This guy is not going to listen to him eventually. He's probably going to do his own thing, try to challenge Koenji or something, and he completely thrashed. I can see that happening. Yare yare indeed. He's running now. Like I said, he's not going to listen to him. There we go. Yo. He realized. Yeah. Yeah, like you're talking a lot of alright, bro. Man, who the hell are you, man? Literally, you saw how he. These people are stupid. Game on. Yo! Oh my god, nah, man. He just. Yeah, he broke your arm like that? Oh, okay. He's, okay. No, you didn't push him. He was just walking. Wow. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, true. And there's so many of them. He put down his bag. Sure, bro. What? Wow. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, yeah, and it's better to just take you guys out here. Well, you guys, all of you guys failed. Hmm. I think he was already convinced about that from the very beginning. This is Koinji we're talking about. You think he ever thought that you guys are a threat? Oh, what was the name? I forgot her name. What was her name? Hiyori or something? I think. Was it Hiyori? Wow. His face. Uh. Ooh. Nana. What the hell? Yeah. A major plan to. Hmm. Yeah. Who's this? Oh wow. Oh, it's a. Save the first years. Yeah. First year. Hmm. Wow. Damn. Trade you. Yeah, you drop out before. Oh, I see. So that's their plan. hold him down and extend from my. Damn. Hmm. Okay, the thing is, why are you just like believing her? She might, like turn this on you. Hmm. 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 Yeah. What? Oh, that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Damn. They're zooming through the dates. Hmm. Hmm. Well, he went. He went to talk to Kushida. Yeah. So it is. You can say. Person using the tablet. Hmm. Oh. Right. Chinese attacking on. It's all his uses points. 5 million. One fourth. Hmm. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, no 5 million points for you. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Hmm. Okay, there you go. That was today's episode. So, uh, episode 13 and episode 14, both the episodes. Right. So, first and foremost, let me talk about episode 13 first, obviously. Episode number 13, we focus on Nanase and Anakoji's whole corporation. Then we also get to see a little bit of Ichika coming in and okay. Now, one thing I want to talk about here, first and foremost, Ichika, like the biggest thing of this episode, Ichika reveals here she is the White Room student. Now, she like doesn't really like directly say that, but there's like a lot of things that she said which implies that she's a student. And first and foremost, she said that when like when Ayano was like, oh, so you're the White Room student, she said that, oh, like like everyone thought that maybe I'll be someone who's like extremely hateful towards Ayano, and I'll be like jealous of him or something like that, like because that will be someone who is the assassin. But no, like that's not what I am. I think she said something like that here. So obviously that is indirectly kind of implying that, yeah, I'm the white room student. Now, not only that, she even reveals that she, where's that part where she says that communication, that part. Uh, she says that apparently, like, her group, which is the group that comes after Ayano uh, their group, they have started like a new, like, addition to their usual curriculum, I guess, which is the communication part. So, obviously, up until Ayano group, communication wasn't a part. So that's why she said that, oh, like, I might not have like friends, but I don't struggle with communication because our class, which is the fifth class, has added that. Unlike your class where you graduated, which was the fourth class, you guys didn't have the communication, thing. This was added later on. Um, so now, obviously, like, this, I feel like this statement in itself is pretty obvious that she is one of the white room students. But I don't know, I just, hmm, like, in the previous episode, I said that, like, I was pretty convinced that Ichika wasn't the white room student because I was pretty certain I saw in the very first episode of this season where they kind of showed like the character who was the imposter or assassin, whatever you call it. Um, like, the chairman was talking about Ayano, and that character, like, kind of gritted their teeth and acted in a very hostile way, it seemed like, when Ayano name got brought up. you know so I kind of, like, correlated that, and I said something around the lines of that, oh, Ichika is not the white room student because she's very much obsessed with Ayano, but the assassin was someone that we saw who kind of hates Ayano. From that like, reaction, that was the thing I was that was the impression I was under. So I said that now Ichika is not the one. But I don't, did I see wrong, or what was that about then? Because I'm pretty sure, I think I might need to go back to episode 1 again and watch that part, because I'm pretty convinced that was actual hatred. When Anakoji's name got brought up, that person actually, like, it was proper hatred that we saw. Now, here's the thing. Maybe that was just to throw us off. I don't know, but are they just going to just slap something like that just to throw us off? I don't know. I'm not really sure. But that is why I was very much convinced that it wasn't Ichika. But Ichika literally is kind of implying in this episode that, oh yeah, like, I am the one. Okay, here we go, this part. Though I'm awful at making friends, so I don't have many people to talk to, but I'm not totally lacking in communication skills like you are. There are things only in the fifth class, 1 year below yours, is learning. There you go. The ability to hold basic conversation. As a member of the fourth class, you're surely aware that its focus on pure individualism crushed nearly everyone in it, which is, Anarcho is the result of that. Yeah, and Anarcho says, I believe your story now. Me too, because she wouldn't have this information otherwise if she is not a white room student. If she didn't say this line, I might have still probably suspected her and be like, oh no, she's lying. Maybe she heard this, like, term called white room somewhere and she's using it or something like that, I might have said. But the fact that she has this information is pretty convincing to me that she is actually the white room student. Now, like I said, the one reason why I'm still having a hard time believing she's a white room student is because, like I said, in the very first episode, the reaction was pure rage towards Ayano, while here, like, Ichika is nothing like that. Either she's faking this whole obsession thing and she actually secretly hates Ayanokoji, or that was something that the anime did to throw us off, which I don't think they're going to do something like that. That's why I'm having such a hard time believing that she's the White Room student. Again, like I said, if she's actually acting this whole obsession thing with Ayanokoji, if this is a whole act, and deep down inside she absolutely hates Ayanokoji and want to destroy him or something, then everything will fit together properly. Like all the puzzle pieces will fit together properly. But I don't know. I don't think that's the case. So then, yeah. Now, another reason why I'm having a hard time is because, like, I was pretty convinced Yagami was the White Room student, because, like I said, a lot of factors kind of made me think about that. Like, first and foremost, he kind of barely interacted with Ayanokoji that much. Um, he is very suspicious about a lot of things. Like, it's like, like, he's like, it seems like he's like sneakily doing a lot of things which we have no idea about. Um, and the fact that he looks like one of the most normal characters in this show, which is pretty, like, like, pretty weird for this show to have, because most of the main characters in Focus are, some way or the other, they're kind of crazy, like, in one way or the other. So him being this just absolutely normal character is, kind of throwing me off. And then obviously in the previous episode we saw how he was kind of manipulating Kushida, and kind of like, like that whole section we saw. Um, yeah. So, and that is why I'm like, yeah, like, I was pretty convinced it was him. But now if like Ichika is the White Room student, so he's not then. So I guess he's just a normal person, like a normal student who is very, I guess you could say, dangerous. Like, kind of deep down inside, he's like very cunning and conniving or something like that. But he's not the White Room student. Or what if, like, if you think outside the box, what if there are two White Room students? That's why I'm saying, if you completely think out of the box, what if that's the case? Did they ever mention there's only one White Room student? I don't think they did, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't remember. So yeah, that's why I'm saying, if you think outside the box. Yeah, but Ichika, I'm still having a hard time swallowing the fact that she is a White Room student. But the information that she provided here is pretty damn legitimate, because even Anakoji is like, okay, like, like the information that she gave about how class 5 and class 4 are having different, like, curriculum in itself. Anyone other than a White Room student wouldn't have that information, you know and I don't think an information like that is just going to get leaked. So she is legit, I guess, from that statement. Right. Yeah, but like I said, I'm still having a hard time swallowing the fact that she's the one. I have to go back to episode 1 and watch that section, because I'm pretty sure, like, that was actual hatred and rage towards Ainokoji that we saw. And now we are seeing, if Ichika's that character in that situation, like, she's not, she's completely opposite to that. She, like, like, she, like, admires and is looking up to Ainokoji, and she's like obsessed with him. So she wouldn't have reacted like that. I don't know. Unless she's lying, or that was a whole. This is a whole act. I'm not sure. Either way, I still have my doubts about this whole White Room situation. But factually and, like, like, proof wise, Ichika has provided everything which proves that she's the White Room student. So yeah. Either way, so yeah, so that happens. Aichika comes in, and, like, that whole conversation happens. And now here's another thing. This is something that Anakoji revealed, is that apparently it wasn't Ichika who was sneaking behind them with the stick, it was someone else. Now, who's that person? Nobody knows. Someone came here trying to attack Anakoji, with the stick, and they probably realized that someone else was there behind them or something. They panicked, they threw the stick and like probably ran away. Ichika came in, took the stick up, and then kind of moved forward and acted as if she was the one who was sneaking behind Anakoji, but it was someone else actually. Now, who's this someone else? No idea. And why would they do that suddenly? No idea either. It obviously it wasn't Kushida, because Kushida, like Ichika already took care of her. So Kushida was the only one who kind of was on their way to you know see this whole situation. Um, like here's the thing, I'm still so suspicious of Yagami. Like I don't know, like I don't know why, but I it seems like I'm kind of like just targeting him in a weird way, but I think something is wrong with him, because again my mind is again going towards another information here, which is, if you think about it, who knew Ayano and what's her name? I guess technically, if you think about it, anyone could have known, because they have the whole GPS thing that they're doing. But like the other person who knew that those two would be there, whereas obviously Kushida was the one, but Yagami is also the one who should know that this was going to happen. That Nanase is going to confront Ainokoji, all that. So maybe it was him. I don't know. Again, like I said, it seems like I'm just kind of like targeting him or something in a weird way. Like I'm trying to blame him about everything. But that's just because he's so damn suspicious, man. Like 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 I get the feeling that there'll be an episode will come when he's going to reveal that he's like, I don't know, like he's like completely, like his personality and everything is completely opposite than what he's showing us. Like he seems like that type of a character, that like character who's just hiding everything and who completely switches, and like he's going to be extremely powerful or something, and like I just get that vibe from him. So that's why I'm targeting him so much. Like anything like happens like suspicious, I'm constantly like thinking like, oh, maybe it's him, you know. So even after Ichika revealed that she's a white room student, I'm still suspicious of him. So anyways, like it's just a I'm just extremely like like just like targeted towards him, I feel like. Either way, like yeah, that's just something that I thought. Either way, that was that. Right, and then after that, Nanase and Ainokoji part ways for a moment. We also meet Horikita for after that, like, and then like this whole plan that we're coming up with, which will help all our students. Horikita also knows that Sakanagi like also has talked with her about it. Mm. Then that whole section happens with Ibuki, where Anakoji like shares water with Ibuki, not shares, but exchanges waters with her for jerky. And yeah, and then we also meet Kiruin here, where Kiruin is also like, oh, if either Nagumo and like what's his name, ONG, either of them like collapses or falls, like then I might actually try to take the top spot. Uh, and yeah, then all that conversation happens. Then Ganakoji meets this other girl from Ichinose's group, and we like Anakoji then uses a transceiver from them to talk to Sakanagi and ask for a favor. And that's where it ended. Now, then we have episode number 14. Now here is where the fun begins. Oh my god. So, okay, this is also something that has been revealed apparently, like, which is something that Anakoji also mentioned. What Nagumo is doing, and what Nagumo's whole class, not only class but the whole grade of Nagumo, they are kind of like a group where they kind of are like subjects to Nagumo. like they don't have any type of individual like leaders or anything. They're just like following Nagumo. Nagumo is like that one person, who's like ordering them and everything, and they're just listening to him just to get in his good graces. Unlike the like Anakoji's grade, where different classes has different leaders, and each of these leaders are well capable on their own. Like Sakanagi has control over her group, Ichinose has control over her group, what else? Ryuen has control over his group. Like each and every one of them, they're not like following someone or something. They like are individuals, and they have like individual strengths and weaknesses and all that stuff. And obviously that would mean that they are not like always going to work together or something. Like some might try to like like kind of like throw the other group down, and all that stuff might happen. Unlike Nagumo's group, like that won't happen over there. But this makes Anakoji's grade a lot more versatile and a lot more stronger if you think about it, when Anakoji's grade might need to compete with some other grade like upperclassmen, because they have different people with different strengths and different like things like personalities and different like individualism, whatever you call it, and like it's going to be a lot more difficult to take out Ainakoji's grade if they decide to work together. Again, like I said, if they decide to work together, and compared to Nagumo's grade. Nagumo's grade, all of them are just sheep. They're just listening to Nagumo. So if we are able to take out Nagumo, all of them, just like sheep, are just going to scatter away. They won't be able to do anything. Unlike Anakoji's grade, where even if you take out one of them, for example, if you take out Ryuen, if you take out like Sakanagi or something, the others are still going to be there. And they can kind of like take over and just so that's what I'm trying to say. And that is what Anakoji mentioned here. Yeah. But then again, like I said, the key, the main important thing here is working together. If they decide to work together, if all the groups decide to work together, which is kind of what is happening currently if you think about it. Like, because Sakanagi has decided to help us out, Ryuen has his own like interests in like helping us out, because otherwise his like class students are going to get expelled. Ichinose is obviously has always been our ally. Yeah, so there you go. All the grades are actually working together. So that's the good thing in this situation. And if like needed, we might be able to take out Nagumo's whole grade. If I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know. Let's wait and see. Also, when you think about it, Koenji literally took out half of them on his own. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, then we had the whole Koenji section where these guys were like, "Oh, we are going to stop Koenji for 2 days or something like that," and then little by little they realized like they are not qualified enough to do it. The only one, that guy, the that other guy who wasn't really who's directly like who's like the literally like the second in command for Nagumo, that guy. He was the only one who didn't really do anything, and he was like, all right, let me just wait and watch and see how good Koenji is. All the other ones were like, oh, we're going to take him out, we're going to take care of him, let's do this. And then they just completely got whacked by Koenji. that was pretty funny. Koenji just 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 dodged them and just body slammed them. Yeah. Now, one thing they tried to pull here, they were like, "Oh, you hurt us. We're going to inform this to the teachers, and you're going to get expelled." And Konji's like, "Yeah, that's what you're going to do. All right, go ahead, do that. If you do that, however, then the whole school will know you guys are so incompetent that even though you guys were so many of you, and you're higher upperclassmen, you got beaten up by me. If you want that to happen, then go ahead. And yeah, that was actually a very good counter, because they cannot let that happen. You think their pride and whatever that's going to allow them to, like, because it's literally like that. Like, if they go and complain and be like, oh, Koenji hurt us, can you imagine how all the other groups are going to look at them? And there'll be a laughing stock. And you think Nagumo will be happy about that? You think they will be happy about that? Nah, man. Like, yeah, and that was actually a very good point that Koenji brought up, which immediately shut down that whole, like, line of thought. Because then they realized, like, oh, we cannot do that. We literally will be a laughing stock if we try to complain about this whole situation. Yeah, and what was left then? Them just getting beaten up. Koenji didn't even beat them up. He just defended himself, and he just did some gymnastic moves and some, like, chest slams, I guess, and bam, that's it. That's all that was needed. I guess Koenji did kind of grabbed a few of them and threw them away. He did do that, but he was like not really like fighting them seriously or anything. He just, you know, yeah, and there you go. That was that, and Koenji just moves on. And then we have that whole section with Hiyori and all that. Nanase comes in to inform Ayano about the whole situation with Utomiya Tsubaki, or that was her name, right? So yeah, and yeah, all that stuff. Right. So obviously now, so here Tsubaki, I think that was her name. Tsubaki said that she she was the one who brought up this whole thing about getting Ayano expelled. So she's going to take the blame if some things go south. That, oh, I was the one who instigated this, and she'll get expelled. But she says that I don't care. I like, this school is not for me. I just don't care about it. You know. So yeah, that's the whole thing. So everyone's okay with it. Like Hosen, right? That was his name. He was like, all right, like fine then. Like I can go crazy, and someone else is going to take the blame. So it's perfect for me. Right. And Nanase informed this to Ayano. So Ayano is like, thanks for informing this, but you go and you do your thing. And in his head, Ayano is thinking like, I shouldn't let Nanase, like, bring more information to me. Otherwise, it's going to, like, her, like, position is going to get compromised, and then she'll be useless completely. So yeah. So that was that. Right, and then Tsubaki and Utomiya, that whole section, that conversation happens. Yagami also comes in, gives them that whole tablet thing, and Tsubaki is also like, oh, I already thought of this. There you go, all that stuff. And now they're deciding to jump Ayano. And Ayano realized that. Ayano sees the GPS, and he's like, alright, trying to make my move. So I guess we'll see what his move is in the next episode. So yeah, let's see. Either way, that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 13 and 14 of Classroom of the Elite Season 4. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.